Stay hydrated, folks. Do you like backpacking? I love backpacking. I love backpacking, hiking, camping, adventure, anything that entails going into the mountains and just getting lost for days. Cell phone service, don't need it. And if you're a photographer and you love backpacking, well, you want to see what backpack I take when it comes down to going out and just going for days? Watch it. This baby right here is the North Face Prophet 100 liter mountaineering backpack. But before this, I had the Banshee 65. I put all my camping gear in the backpack that I was going to be taking with me. And then I would just put my camera in like a smaller camera pouch, if you will, take 1 or 2 lenses, and then hopefully be able to put a tripod or whatever else I would ever need into it. And I just didn't have enough room. So I went out, grabbed the Prophet 100 here, and it has been a dream. Although when it comes down to going backpacking and using this, and if I'm going out for a couple days, I mean, I do carry about, at the bare minimum, about 40 pounds on my back. But I definitely have enough room for camping gear and camera gear at the same time, so it works out. I mean, look how big this thing is. It is massive. It's like carrying a house on my back. But surprisingly, it is super comfortable, and all the weight isn't even really on my back. It actually goes down to my hips. So there's no complaining whatsoever. But if you'd actually like me to do a video on what I carry in my backpack with me when I go out hiking, backpacking, what have you. Also, what entails in camera gear and what I take out with me. Either that or maybe a what's in my camera bag video. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. What's going on? I'm Mikey Olexy, and today we are going over how you can get this fake pro mist filter effect using Photoshop. What is a pro mist filter? Well, it's a filter that you screw onto the front of your lens, almost like an ND or a UV filter. And what it does is it basically diffuses and kind of softens your image and gives you this really nice dreamy type of look. Now, I don't have a pro mist filter, but there's a way that you can make this hazy, dreamy, diffused highlight effect in Photoshop that basically mimics a pro mist filter. And ever since I found out how to do this, I was like, how did I not know about this before? This is amazing. For a good while, I was using this for almost all of my photos, and I still use it for my photos to this day. Especially when it comes down to going out in the morning and you get those super moody, foggy photos. It just makes them just look so good. And the best part about it is so easy. Now what this effect does is it basically targets your highlights, and it diffuses them, softens them, and kind of blows them out, but at the same time it makes them look really good. Now keep in mind, I'm using a PC, so Control and Alt to me is, well, Command and Option for you Mac users. So let's dive into Photoshop and let's start making things super moody. Here's a photo of a cabin that I shot at sunrise. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to press Shift, Control, Alt, N, Shift, Control, Alt, E. Remember folks, every time that you work in Photoshop, use layers. Now that I have my new layer, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Select and then Color Range. And what Color Range does is it allows you to manipulate the range of colors in your photo. In this case, I'm going to click on Highlights, and I'm going to play around with these 2 sliders. Now with the range slider, when you bring it all the way up here, it affects the whites. And as you work your way down, it goes from the whites to the highlights, and then all the way down into the area of the midtones. And then you can also click on midtones and shadows. In this case, I'm going to bring this back up probably right around 195. And then the fuzziness, I'm going to keep at 15. Click OK. And now I'm going to raise what is selected. And how I do that is by pressing Control J. And now I'm going to go up to Filter, Blur, and then Gaussian Blur. And now I can control exactly how much I want to affect what I selected with the color range. If I bring it more towards up here, you'll see it gets very diffused, really soft, really dreamy. And then of course, if you bring it down towards the lower part of the slider, it barely affects it at all, of course. But in this case, I'm probably going to have it right around 25, 24, that's good enough. Click OK, and bam, look at that. Before and after. And the best part about it is you can do this with any of your photos, any of them. Favorite photos to do it to? Definitely photos that entail lots of fog, morning sunrise, haze. You get the idea. But that's it for me today, folks. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Remember to get out there, keep shooting, and just explore. Oh, and also remember to like, comment, and of course, subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one, guys. Peace.